David Shaw here with another off-the-record story. If you want to learn more about Washington, D.C., come visit my site, offtherecordtours.com. Let's go. At the end of this buckled sidewalk, past sightseeing boats, the Harbor Patrol, and at the edge of Fort McNair in southwest Washington stands the Titanic Memorial, dedicated to the brave men who perished in the Titanic, April 15th, 1912. They gave their lives that women and children might be saved. Days after the sinking, a group of influential women, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, Harrimans, Hearsts, and the like, organized to create this memorial to honor those men who gave up their chances on the lifeboats for the women and children. Back then, the number of lifeboats on a ship was based on its tonnage, not the number of passengers it carried. The architect was Henry Bacon, best known for the Lincoln Memorial. The sculptor, Gertrude Vanderbilt Whitney, won the design competition. Gertrude hit a double by being born into the tremendously wealthy Vanderbilt family, then married into the fabulously wealthy Whitney family. Vanderbilt initially worked under an assumed name. She feared being thought of only as a socialite and that no one would take her work seriously. Indeed, neither her family nor her husband were ever supportive of her life as an artist. She went on, however, to found the Whitney Museum of American Art in New York. Whitney's outstretched arm design predates the movie Titanic's famous "I'm Flying Jack" scene by many decades. Thanks to the movie, the Titanic still looms large in our imagination these many years after that tragic night. It used to have a more prominent location where the Kennedy Center stands today, but was moved out here in 1968. Ever since 1979, the Men's Titanic Society gathers here in black tie to toast those who, as Congressman Robert Luce of Massachusetts said at the memorial's dedication, with no hesitation, no demur, men to whom life was as precious as to you or to me, accepted the likelihood of a sudden death. All the vain distinction of class and creed and race were forgotten. Magnate and deckhand, millionaire and stoker, railway executive and steward, capitalist and cabin boy alike conquered the primitive instinct to fight for life and joined in sacrifice. Insofar as that sacrifice, the men we here commemorate shall have lessened the perils of the sea, they will have not died in vain. Nobler will be their reward if they have helped teach us how to live and how to die. But let's face it, we pretty much want to save the women first because they're more important to the survival of the species than the men. President and Mrs. Hoover were at the dedication in 1931. The statue was unveiled by former First Lady Helen Taft. President Taft lost a close aide in the disaster, and that's a story for another episode. Well, I hope you enjoyed that off-the-record story. If you want to learn more about Washington, D.C., things seen and unseen, arrange your tour of your nation's capital at offtherecordtours.com. Until then, I'm David Shaw.